I can still feel the cold rain soaking through my thin cotton coat, chilling me to my bones, as if it wanted to wash away every trace of the girl I used to be. The suitcase handle dug painfully into my palm, my knuckles white from gripping it so tightly. In my other pocket, folded carefully, was that plastic pregnancy test with 2 faint pink lines that had changed everything. I was 18 years old, standing alone on the curb outside the grand two-story house with its perfectly trimmed hedges and warm porch light that now felt like a lie. Behind me, I heard the deadbolt click shut with a finality that shattered my heart into a million pieces. My mother's last words echoed through the storm. "You're no longer our daughter. Don't you ever come back here. You've ruined everything we built." My name is Elena Grace Thompson, now Elena Grace Reynolds. For 7 long, painful, transformative years, I carried the weight of that rejection. This is not just a story of betrayal by the people who were supposed to love me unconditionally. This is the story of how I rose from rock bottom, built a life with my own hands and heart, and faced the very people who abandoned me when they tried to crash back in on my wedding day, demanding the granddaughter they once called a mistake. Let me take you back to the beginning, so you can truly understand the depth of the pain and the beauty of the healing. I grew up in Willow Creek, an idyllic suburban neighborhood where every lawn was emerald green, every neighbor waved with a practiced smile, and image was everything. My father, Dr. Richard Thompson, was a prominent heart surgeon at the city hospital. People spoke of him with awe, the man who saved lives, the pillar of the community. My mother, Victoria Thompson, was the social architect, organizing charity luncheons, chairing the country club events, always dressed impeccably with her signature pearl necklace and flawless makeup. They had big dreams for their only child, me. From as early as I can remember, my life was a carefully orchestrated performance. Mornings started with piano practice at a.m., after school, ballet, advanced academics, youth group at church, and volunteer hours at the local shelter. Not because we cared deeply about helping others, but because it looked good on college applications. I was the golden child, straight A's without exception, polite, quiet, never questioning authority. I believed with all my innocent heart that perfection equaled love, that if I followed every rule, I would always be safe in their arms. But rules cracked the night I met Alex Reynolds at a community fair when I was 16. He was helping his father at their modest auto repair booth. His hands were stained with grease, his smile genuine and warm, his laughter easy. Unlike the boys from my parents' circle, he talked about dreams of engineering, of building things that mattered, of a simple life filled with love rather than status. Our love story began in stolen moments, secret walks in the park after school, late-night phone calls where he made me laugh until my stomach hurt, notes passed in hidden places. My parents sensed the change. When I finally brought him home for dinner at 17, the tension was suffocating. "He comes from nothing, Elena," my father said coldly after Alex left. "No connections, no money, no future. He will drag our family name through the mud," my mother added, her voice sharp as glass. "We didn't raise you to throw away everything for puppy love. End it." But my heart had already chosen. Alex became my safe place, my first real taste of unconditional acceptance. Then came the night that altered our destinies. After a brutal argument with my parents about Ivy League applications and appropriate futures, I ran to Alex. Emotions ran high. Comfort turned into passion. We were young, scared, and in love. A few weeks later, the pregnancy test confirmed it. I waited until the day after high school graduation, thinking the milestone might soften them. In our elegant living room, with its crystal chandelier and expensive leather sofas, I sat them down, hands shaking, voice barely above a whisper. "Mom, Dad, I'm pregnant." The silence was heavier than any storm. My mother's face drained of color, then twisted in disgust. After all the sacrifices, the best schools, the tutors, the reputation we protected, you got yourself knocked up by that worthless boy? My father stared into the fireplace, refusing to meet my eyes. "You have 2 choices. Terminate it, or get out of this house within 2 hours. We will not have our family destroyed by your irresponsibility." I begged on my knees, tears streaming. "Please, this is your grandchild. I'm terrified, but I love her already. I'll work hard. Just help me." My mother's response was ice. "A mistake is a mistake. We have an image to uphold in this town." Long emotional pause. Rain's sound intensifies, then slowly fades as narration continues. They gave me exactly 2 hours. I packed in a day's clothes, a few books, my childhood teddy bear named Mr. Whiskers, and the ultrasound photo I had hidden. As I stepped into the pouring rain, suitcase in hand, my mother watched from the doorway, arms crossed. No hug, no goodbye, just the lock clicking. That first night I slept on a bench at the bus station, curled up, hand protectively over my belly, whispering promises to my unborn child through sobs. The next morning, I called Alex. He met me, held me as I broke, and promised, "We're in this together. I love you both." The early months were brutal survival. I found a dingy studio apartment above a noisy laundromat. $450 a month, leaking ceiling, thin walls that let in every argument from neighbors. I worked double shifts, mornings and afternoons at a busy diner, serving greasy food with a smile while fighting morning sickness. Nights cleaning empty office buildings until my feet swelled. My back ached constantly. Some shifts I threw up in the bathroom between tables. One freezing winter night at 7 months pregnant, the power shut off because the bill was late. I sat in complete darkness on the worn mattress, wrapped in a thin blanket, hand on my round belly, feeling the kicks. "I'm sorry, baby," I whispered through tears. "Mommy is so tired, but I won't give up. We're going to have a beautiful life. I promise." Sophia Grace Reynolds entered the world on December 12th in the county hospital. Labor was long and painful, but Alex never left my side, wiping my forehead, whispering encouragement. When they placed her on my chest, tiny, wrinkled, with a tuft of dark hair, my hazel eyes, and the sweetest cry, something unbreakable awakened in me. All the pain, the loneliness, the fear, it was worth it for her. We married quietly at the courthouse 6 months later. No white dress, no flowers, just us, Sophia in a simple onesie, and 2 kind strangers as witnesses. Alex slipped a modest silver ring on my finger and vowed, "I choose you in her every day." The next few years were a masterclass in resilience. Diapers on a budget, formula stretched thin, doctor visits paid in installments. Sophia's first fever at 9 months terrified me. I rocked her all night in the waiting room with no family to call. Her first steps in our tiny living room. Her first words, "Mama." There were dark nights when doubt crept in. I'd cry in the shower so she wouldn't hear, questioning if I had doomed her to a hard life. But every smile from her, every drawing she made with crayons rebuilt me. Slowly, I found my voice. Late at night, after Sophia slept, I started writing on an old laptop. Raw journal entries about betrayal, motherhood, healing. I posted them anonymously on a blog. Readers responded, thousands of women sharing similar pain. The blog grew into a YouTube channel. Videos of me speaking honestly from my heart went viral. A literary agent discovered me. My memoir, Broken Open, From Rejection to Redemption, was published when Sophia was 4. It wasn't overnight fame, but it provided stability. We moved into a small 2-bedroom house with a backyard. Alex completed his engineering degree at night while working. Sophia started school, bright and joyful. Life was healing. I thought my parents were a closed, painful chapter, until they weren't. 7 years, 7 birthdays, 7 Christmases, 7 Mother's Days where it was just the 3 of us. Sophia grew into a vibrant 7-year-old with a love for painting, fairy tales, collecting colorful leaves, and asking endless why questions. She knew she had grandparents somewhere, but accepted my simple words. "Sometimes people make choices that hurt, sweetheart. We focus on the love that stays." Alex and I had weathered every storm. He proposed again properly one spring evening in our backyard, down on one knee under twinkling string lights. Sophia excitedly holding the ring box with a handmade card that said "Forever Family." We planned the wedding of my dreams at Willow Ridge Vineyard, outdoor ceremony under an ancient oak tree. White roses everywhere, soft fairy lights, a string quartet, and our chosen family of friends who had become our real support system. Sophia would be the flower girl in a custom pink dress. I let myself feel joy again. Dress fittings where I twirled in front of the mirror. Cake tastings, writing vows that poured out my gratitude for survival and love. Then the cracks appeared, 2 weeks before the wedding. A friend request from my mother on Facebook. Her profile picture showed her at a gala, still elegant. I declined it, heart racing. The next day, a text from an unknown number. "Elena, it's your mother. We've seen your success. We need to talk about our family." Please don't shut us out. I blocked it, but the anxiety lingered. Days later, at a local bookstore signing for my memoir, I looked up from signing a copy and there stood my father. Older, grayer, but the same commanding presence. My hands froze. Elena, he said quietly, we've been following everything. The book, the channel. We're proud of what you've accomplished. Proud. The word burned. I smiled politely for the line of fans. Thank you. Next, please. He didn't move. We heard about the wedding. And Sophia, our granddaughter. We deserve a chance to know her. Blood is thicker than water. I met his gaze, voice steady despite the storm inside. You forfeited that right 7 years ago when you locked me out in the rain. Please leave. He left, but the encounter haunted me. That night, Alex and I talked for hours, holding each other. We decided to protect our peace. The wedding morning, June 15th, was perfect. Golden sunlight filtering through vines, gentle breeze carrying floral scents. Sophia twirled in her dress, practicing petal throws with giggles. Alex looked dashing, his eyes shining with love, when he peeked at me. In the bridal suite, I stood in my elegant lace gown, adjusting my veil, feeling like a queen who had earned her crown through fire. Then came the shouting outside. The door burst open. My mother stormed in wearing an expensive outfit, as if she belonged, eyes artificially red. My father followed, face set. Guests murmured in shock behind them. Where is our granddaughter? My mother demanded, voice rising dramatically. We have every right to be here on this day. I turned slowly, heart hammering against my ribs. You have no rights here. Leave immediately. My father stepped forward. Elena, we were wrong back then. Young, foolish, worried about gossip in town. But we've reflected. Family means forgiveness. Let us meet Sophia. Let us be part of your special day. Memories crashed over me like waves. The lonely hospital nights. Scraping together rent. Sophia's innocent questions about why other kids had big family gatherings. The empty chair at every milestone. The years I longed for a mother's wisdom or father's protection. Tears stung my eyes. You didn't want her when she was an inconvenience that threatened your reputation. You don't get to claim her now because my life looks presentable. My mother reached out, voice cracking in performance. Please, my darling, I've missed you terribly. Let me walk you down the aisle like a real mother should. Let us be grandparents to that precious girl. Right then, Sophia ran in, curious, petals in her basket. Mommy, what's happening? Who are they? My mother's face lit with calculated warmth. Oh, sweet Sophia, I'm your Grandma Victoria. You have my eyes, don't you? Come here, let Grandma hug you. Sophia hesitated, sensing the heavy air, and clung to my leg. That single moment, my daughter instinctively seeking my protection ignited a fire of strength I had forged over 7 years of survival. I knelt slightly, holding Sophia close, and looked my parents in the eyes with calm authority earned through pain. You want the full truth here? In front of everyone? My voice carried clearly. 7 years ago, pregnant and terrified, you threw me into the storm because I refused to abandon my child. I slept on benches, worked until I collapsed, cried alone so my baby wouldn't feel my fear. I built this life, this love, this family from nothing. You don't get to waltz in now for photo ops and bragging rights. No, I signaled the coordinator. Security, please escort them out. They are not welcome at our wedding. My mother unleashed loud, theatrical sobs. How can you be so cruel after we gave you everything growing up? This is heartbreak. Phones came out, whispers spread, but Alex stepped beside us, strong and steady. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, you had 7 years to choose love. Today belongs to the family we fought for and chose. It's time to go. Security gently but firmly removed them. My mother called Sophia's name dramatically until they disappeared down the path. The ceremony continued, even more meaningful. I walked the aisle alone, yet surrounded by love, head high, guests standing in applause and tears. Sophia scattered petals joyfully, glancing back with pride. Alex and I exchanged deep, tear-filled vows about resilience, chosen family, boundaries as self-love, and the unbreakable bond we built that night. Under the stars, dancing with my husband and daughter, peace settled deep in my soul. In the following months, my parents attempted contact letters filled with guilt trips, flowers delivered anonymously, messages via old acquaintances. I blocked every avenue, changed numbers where needed, and focused on my healing, quietly, news of the incident spread in Willow Creek circles. Questions arose about the perfect Thompson family. Their social standing, their God began to crack. I felt no glee, only closure. My revenge was never loud destruction. It was the quiet triumph of a daughter who refused to stay broken. Watching Sophia paint with confidence, hearing her laugh freely, loving a partner who never wavered. That was victory. Music swells triumphantly, then softens to warm, reflective piano. To anyone listening who has been disowned, betrayed by family, or left to rebuild alone, your worth was never theirs to define. Their rejection does not diminish your light. The family you create with love, intention, and resilience will outshine any blood tie that failed you. I have forgiven them in silence. For my freedom, not theirs. But forgiveness does not require reopened doors or access to my child. Sophia grows, knowing she is fiercely wanted and protected. That love is the ultimate justice. Thank you for walking this emotional journey with me. If it resonated, share it. Comment your stories below. You are seen, you are strong, you are not alone. Choose healing, choose boundaries, choose the life you deserve. This is Elena Grace Reynolds, signing off with a heart that is finally beautifully whole.